Court. Okay. First of all, my opinion about Harry Potter is one of the best, I think, about books, videos, and people reading. I think J.K. Rowling, she got something that no teachers got, nobody got. She could put a lot of teenagers reading, you know.
Yes,
She
it's very
put
good.
a book on the hand of a lot of people, and this just it was a very, very revolution in reading. And we are talking about books. When I was 18 years old, 17, my cousins used to read Harry Potter. There is a generation who grow up reading Harry Potter. So I think the best of J.K. Rowling, but I don't know the details. I know there are some people who is calling her on the internet homophobian or something, but I'm not sure. And I would like to ask you if you know why. Do you know why? I haven't. I'm not sure about that.
No, I don't know
Do you
about
know
it.
what I mean?
Me too. Teacher, I never read the books Harry Potter. Only I saw the movies.
And do you like it?
I like I like Harry Potter.
And you, Fátima, Janice, I would call you Janice.
Well, I know Harry Potter because the Sophia, and she is the fan of the character, and we do everything together. Then I saw no I watched all the movies with her, and we both depends of buy both but we bought uh, very things with the theme Harry Potter, the cachecol. I don't remember the name in English.
No?
Scarves, huh?
Yes,
Scarf?
Scarves.
I think so.
and the other things. And we bought the books to her too, and is I think I pretend uh, to read the story, story. Um, the with the move, I like it very much. The creative the
Creativity.
author, creativity the author, and I think the book will be better because for me book is always better of the move.
Sure.
Read others book, and before I watched film or the watched film, and before the read the book, and the book for me uh, uh, always is the better.
Yes, that's a point. That's a really important point. You need to first watch the movies and then read the books. Because if you do the opposite, you get really frustrated with the movie. I I read The Lord of the Rings first, and then I watched the movie, and I was very frustrated with the movie because in that time I could understand that the movie couldn't have all the details that had in the book. So when people started reading Harry Potter, I thought I'm going to wait for the movies, then I'm going to watch all the movies, and then I'm going to read the books. When I was at the hospital 5 years ago, when I was pregnant of Kyle, I started reading the books, but I didn't finish yet, of course. And the books are very interesting. But when you read the book, you immediately think about the movie. You see all the characters that are in the movie. And some things, when I was reading the first book, some things I would never imagine how the movie showed. For example, in the book, they say Harry Potter used to live in a cupboard. The cupboard é um armário da cozinha. Cupboard. And in his cupboard, blah, 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 blah. And in his cupboard, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, if I didn't watch the movie, if I hadn't watched the movie, I would imagine Harry Potter inside a cupboard, not under the stairs, just like in the movie. So the movie is really good at all. It's really good. But some things are very different from our thoughts. And there is also other things that the movie can take J.K. Rowling thought and put into vision. I would imagine everything more simple, I think. Not like in the movie with the things flying and they entering inside the journal and the bus get thin and then get fat again. So I think the movie is really good, really good. Lord of the Rings is also really good, but I couldn't finish yet all the books. Because I want to read in English, because I didn't like the translation for Portuguese, and it's very expensive to buy the book in English.
Yes.
That's why I don't have them, all them. And I didn't like the translation. I think Harry Potter bombou e eles traduziram assim a toque de caixa. E aí ficou sem revisão, ficou muito ruim. Isso já não arrumaram. Mas eu não gostei do primeiro livro que eu peguei da tradução, então eu decidi que eu ia ler em inglês. E aí, claro, they are very expensive in English. Everything is expensive about English, yes?
Yes.
Girls, what's your favorite movie?
Repeat, please,
What?
teacher.
What's your favorite movie of Harry Potter?
Oh,
Look,
Nossa. Well, my first movie of Harry Potter that I saw in the movies, no, cinema, né? Cinema
movies.
movies was Harry Potter of ai meu Deus do céu, o Cálice de Fogo, Globe of a Fire.
Globe. I don't know if it's in English also.
It is my no, it was my first movie that I saw. For me it was amazing, incredible.
My favorite one is The Prisoner. I don't think it's Prisoner, but I think so. It's The Prisoner of Azkaban. It's my favorite one. Just like Sarah is her favorite also. And I like very much, but I really want to sit down on vacation and watch it again. Just like I have read the Misses of Avalon again, and I read the Misses of Avalon when I was 17. And then I read it again. It's a total different vision. It's a total different vision. So I want to watch again Harry Potter because it's a total different vision. And if you stay a long time without watching a movie, when you see it again, it's total different. Your mind changes a lot. O Yasmin apareceu só agora para mim. De repente, a internet tá. And you girls, what's your favorite things about Harry Potter?
I think my favorite is the first movie because it's the beginning of the history, and I think it's the first.
How could a person imagine all of this alone? She should be a very genius mind. Yes, she should be a very genius mind, don't you think? Oi, Ana Lúcia. Hello.
Teacher, please repeat the last word you said.
I said that how could it be possible? A person imagine all of these details alone in her mind. Isn't she a genius mind? Genius. Entendeu, Aline?
Teacher, fala em português, melhor.
Eu disse como é que pode ela ter imaginado tudo sozinha na cabeça
Sim.
dela. Será que ela não é genial? Não tem uma mente genial?
Sim.
Só pode, né? But I believe that creativity, I'm going to take my phone, just a second. I think creativity, is it better? My voice is better?
Yes.
I think creativity it's just like a skill. You can improve it. And I think she had the first idea and she started writing and she couldn't stop,
Sure. I think the Rowling is a lot of wisdom to write the history. I think.
I believe you also. Ana Lúcia, how are you? You were muted. Tá mutada.
And now, okay? I'm fine. I was just listening because I really don't know what you were talking about. So I was kind of trying to get what you were talking about.
We are talking about Harry Potter, the movies and the books.
I read all the collection and I watched all the movies. Hundreds
Great.
of times.
Really? So you were a fan. Great.
Very much.
And did you read it in Portuguese or English?
English.
Wow. Do you have all the books?
No. Some of them I borrowed and some others in fact, I have just one or two. I'm not sure. Because I have a group of friends who like it very much. And we exchange books. When one buy one book that the other likes, we exchange this book. So some books I borrow, and Harry Potter was one of these collections that I borrowed. I didn't buy all of them, but I really would like to have the entire collection, the whole collection. I have Twilight. Twilight, I have all the books in English. 50 Shades of Grey, I have all the books in English because I like them too.
And what's your favorite book of Harry Potter?
In my case, it is the first one. When everything started, because it's something you weren't expecting to happen, and the development of the book, I think it was very good. And when all the story starts, so in general, I prefer the first books.
And girls,
And Azkaban Prince too.
Can you see the political issue inside Harry Potter? The ideology inside?
Not exactly. Not exactly. I think there are many different aspects inside the book. You have many different things that you can say happens during the reading, during the stories, and not only the political one, but you have the friendship, you have the belief, you have many different aspects. I didn't focus on the political part, and I really didn't realize what kind of political aspect is inside the book.
Yes, the political aspect is the background. You know, it is the background. If you just analyze, you can see Harry Potter is an orphan. He was raised by his aunt and aunt and cousin, and they all treated he really bad. Yeah, Hermione is the daughter of two. How can I say trouxas in English?
No magic.
Fullers.
Foolers. I can't remember. Let me check.
Or no magic.
No magic. I don't know. Let me check. Bundle. Okay,
In
bundle.
this case, they call this way people who doesn't deal with magic. So you can say normal
Muggle.
people or
Muggle. I'm going to write for you. They call them Muggle. I couldn't remember what Muggle was, but
okay, and you
search it.
Yeah, very good.
Muggle. So Hermione is the daughter of two Muggles because her father or her mother is a dentist or I don't know. And Honey, there are a lot of brothers. They don't have much money, you know? So they are in the real world what we call the, how can I say? The bullied people. Harry Potter, Hermione, and Ronnie, okay? So they are the bullied. And in the other side, what do we have? What do we have on the other side? Draco Malfoy, that is rich, he's arrogant, and he have a troop, and they would be the bulliers, yes? Hello?
Yeah.
So I can see, obviously, I didn't think about that when I read the books, when I watched the movies. I just started thinking about that in the last few years because of the politician, of course. But now I can see there are two sides very, very much different. Hermione, Ron, and Harry. And the most special thing about Harry Potter, in my opinion, is that Hermione is really intelligent, Harry is really intelligent, and they are special because they are intelligent. And just in Brazil, I think, just in Brazil, we have this this culture that being intelligent is be a nerd, is be a duh, you know? Only in Brazil. Only in Brazil, it's a castigo, you know, to study. Only in Brazil, because if you watch Harry Potter, you are going to see that the intelligent ones, the ones who have the opportunity to enter the school, they value this thing. They like it a lot.
But for some people who consider a punishment, studying as a punishment, it's because of the culture, because they were treated like this before. Because studying is not a punishment. Studying is something that if you do, nowadays people are thinking like this. If you study or if you are intelligent, you can grow in your professional life. You can have a better life. In the past, some years ago, people used to think like that. Used to think that if you study, if you have to study, if it's an obligation, you are being punished. But it's not something that's really happening nowadays.
Ana Lúcia, where do you live?
Rio.
Okay, that's why you were talking this. I live in Rio Grande do Sul, and Rio Grande do Sul is a very, very late state, muito atrasado, muito. So in Rio Grande do Sul, people still think just like that. Study is a punishment. To stay at school is a punishment. To read a book is a punishment. Here in Rio Grande do Sul, people still think like that. And I feel very much happy if you are telling me that in Rio de Janeiro, people don't think like this anymore. That's just a very good news for me. Very good news.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of culture. It's also a matter of culture because in the Northeast, we have a lot of political problems, a lot of things that happen in the Northeast that you lead people to this part of not giving the right importance for studies. They think there are many other things more important than study. Even the politicians do this. When they don't invest in education, when they don't invest on the studies, they have the population on by their sides. I think this is the point. Different from the big cities, the big metropolis like São Paulo, Belo Horizonte, Rio de Janeiro, even Espírito Santo, that is not a metropolis, but people used to give a lot of importance for studies. Since we were, in my case, since I was a little girl, I learned to love books, reading. Reading for me was something very, very important. It's the same I do with my son. My son nowadays, he likes studying because I introduced this idea that reading is a good thing, you know?
I think that it's very difficult to generalize. In Rio, it's like this, and in São Paulo, it's like that, because there are many aspects to consider. I think that study is not a good thing to the students when it separates to life. So when they can see something interesting, something that is real, that is connected with life, uh, through a project to interesting books. I think that there are many things to consider.
I do agree. I do agree with you. You have many things that you need to take into considerations. But the part that I was telling is not because in Rio we are more or less developed in Rio or in the southeast of Brazil. We are more or less developed than other cities. I'm telling that the importance is given to the education is different in many different regions, you know. In the southeast, we have this importance. Is important to go to school, to have the education, a good education. In the north and northeast, these happen, but not so intense as the other places in Brazil. In the south of Brazil, you have more importance than in the southeast. So it's a matter of region, you know. It's a matter of the region that is given importance for one or another aspect of the education. I don't know why this happened. I think it's a matter of political part. I can be mistaken, probably, but I
Ana Lúcia, you're a teacher,
yes, I am.
for sure.
Yes, I am. I teach for I've been teaching for 34 years. And I deal with many different ages, since the fundamental education to the high school. So I can see when I am in giving classes, I can see and I can deal with the different minds, you know, and they are very difficult. It's a hard work teaching in Brazil in general, not only in where I live, but teaching in Brazil in general is something very difficult, is something very hard. You have to dedicate yourself, you have to do a good work, you have to motivate your students to have this kind of love to what they are doing. And this is the most difficult part. Sometimes you don't have the background. Sometimes the parents are so busy with other things that they don't give the real importance to what they have to give. And this is, sorry, I think I'm defending so much what I like, but I really like being a teacher, really.
I really like being a teacher also, but I'm telling you as a matter of fact, not as a critical person. In Rio Grande do Sul, as a matter of fact, just like I study, I have read in Rio Grande do Sul, people are more or slower, I think, but it's a very I don't know the perfect adjective in English, but people here are the entire state. We are very far from the other states, not as a matter of distance, but the thinking. It's very far. And if you come here, you are going to realize that we are really atrasados, many things, especially in education. And I think that's a problem, of course. And people here are very proud to be just like that. And that's the main problem. And sorry. And I have read about other studies, geographical studies. I'm not a geography teacher, but I read, and all the states and countries that are nas pontas, assim, né, in the edge, they suffer from the same thing. Portugal, Rio Grande do Sul, there is no explanation for that. But all the places that are in the edges, they have the same problem. And I think this is very interesting. Why is the geography, why? What's the explanation, you know? Rio Grande do Sul is a very, they have this situation. Portugal has this situation. You know, that's really interesting, don't you think?
I think that the history in South Brazil is very different to the rest. There are many differences in the colonization. So I think that in Brazil, the history is totally different. Maybe it's a cause.
Yes, you are sure, because we are a country of colonized people. We were colonized. We didn't fight for our land. We didn't go around the world to look for more lands, you know. And this is a way people think here. They have this situation. We are always waiting for solutions. We don't fight, just like in Argentina. We don't fight for solutions just like them. We don't do this. We wait. And if you think very specific at school, you are going to see that here in Brazil, the students stay this way. They wait for teachers' things, and they have this position of waiting people. They don't have attitude, you know. And this is a colonized mind. That's the problem in Brazil.
Just a curiosity. I was looking for you said that you said Rio Grande do Norte is atrasado. You can say is a backward city or backward state.
Rio Grande do Sul.
Yes.
Backward. Let me take this note. Just like that, backward, just like that.
Yeah,
Open.
it's BACK. Yeah, that's it. WA.
Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Backward. Yes, that's
backward.
it.
It's a backward state.
And they are a backward state. And many students nowadays still think like that, studying as a punishment.
Yeah, in this situation is a little difficult because you have a double work. You have to do your work as a teacher and you have to do your work to motivate the student to face studies in a different way. And many people is putting inside their minds, many people put inside their minds, they are, this is a punishment. And then out of the blue appears a teacher who says, no, study is important. Being a student is very important. So this is what in my opinion, this is what makes our profession as educators better than any others. You have to convince the opposite of their thoughts. You have to motivate them the opposite of the way they are thinking or they are used to listen. Like a crazy person who is fighting against all others, you know.
I
This
totally agree.
this is the good, this is the good and the bad aspect at the same time of being a teacher.
I
The,
totally
the
agree with
challenge
you.
of being challenged. You know, it's difficult. It's a difficult profession. uh, you have to deal with this all the time. You can see, returning to Harry Potter, you can see how the teachers deal with all the situations. They know Hermione is a very intelligent girl. They know Harry is a very intelligent boy. They know all the students' way, and they have to deal with them separately in a group. So this is what we do. Of course, we have good teachers. We have the teachers that are not so good, have a kind of bad influence on them. In Harry Potter, you can see this too. You have some teachers that are good, that lead the students in a good way, and there are some others that are just there to make kind of conspiration, to make a kind of uh, competition among the students. So these happen in our daily life. This happen in our daily routine. We deal with very different types of students. We deal with many different types of people. And you have to know exactly how to deal with each one to have a good work, to have a good job.
That's it. Perfect. Perfectly said. Perfectly. That's it. And I agree. I think it's attached with culture. It's a way to, we teachers have to fight, we people have to fight against, you know, every single day, it's a fight. Because to think that study is a bad thing is just like the pensamento médio, que todo mundo pensa. In general, you have to be different. You don't have to agree with everybody, you know? And that's the way we should show students, you know? Study is for your total future. Is not for working, is not for traveling, is for your life. It's inside you forever and ever. That's the way. I agree. I totally agree with you, Ana. Oi, Márcia, tudo bem? Márcia entrou, tá bem quietinha ouvindo. We were talking about Harry Potter, and then we started talking about political issues inside Harry Potter. And of course, but that's the point here on our talk. One subject goes to another and another and another. We don't have to stay attached to just one. And you, girls, what do you think?
I was together with you, and the conversation about books, Harry Potter. I followed my internet follow. I returned, and education, political, wow, country, and the new is very, very good. But have a engage with the Harry Potter too. It's very good. I agree with the Anna told, and with you too. Um, uh, we need to think and to show the our children and teenagers, everyone that the study if he, to life uh, uh, to mind to I think we crescemos. I don't remember, grown up, I think.
Grow up.
Grow up with the studying, the reading, the the people that can do it to with the trips and the travel. I think everything's together change our minds, and will be a person that maybe to do different in our little place. A little philosopher, I think now.
I think it's really good. It's really good what you said, because it's true. You know, we have as a teachers, as people in the world, value people who study hard, who works hard. You know, because in general we just see people valuing people who goes at the gym and lose weight and get very hot, you know. And wow, congratulations, you lost 10 pounds. That's it, very good. Wow, you are amazing. I know it's important to health. I know it. But why we don't do the same for people who graduated, or who just like, I know we do, but not in that it's not so popular, you know, when people graduated, when people finished specialization, when people finished mastering, you know, it's not so popular. Why? You know, my sister-in-law said, this your ring is so beautiful. I loved it. You know, it's my graduated ring. And I told her, I swear for God, I was just like a black, a white. So I was very, I wasn't thinking bad about her. And I told her, and she said, I just like one like yours. And I answered, so study. And she got very mad with me, and she stopped talking with me, and she still doesn't talk with me nowadays, because I said, so study. If you want a ring just like mine, you have to study, just do it. What's the problem?
Did you tell her that it was a graduation ring? And what did she say? Nothing.
No, she started crying and she didn't talk with me anymore.
How come? This is insane.
Well, of course. And I showed her that is a all here, you know, there's an all here. Não dá para ver, mas é uma corujinha. And a florzinha do curso de letras, ó. It's the graduation ring. I love it. It gives me luck. And I told her, so study, but very smiling. So just study as a stimulation for her. And she started crying, and she never talked to me again. And it was almost 6 years now.
Did she take it as an insult?
Probably.
Strange it. Very strange.
Very strange. Very strange. And what's the problem?
I think he's jealous.
I do agree with you.
Oh my.
You know, it's what I'm saying. To say for people study, it's just like an insult.
Teacher,
So-
oops.
Os dois fecharam e abriram ao mesmo tempo disso.
Please, Aline, please, you can talk.
Teacher, I am here. Heard all things you. No, we are talking about many things. You know, I am. I am thinking this class amazing.
Oh, dear.
Because it's so hard when you talking about in front of another person, because you always nervous. You're always nervous. You always feel nervous. But I think here, oh my gosh, it's so easy, so easy to talk about in front of a camera, or when you're talking about it with your son or daughter, because you stay in your house, and then it's not another person's look at it. Oh my gosh, she's talking about it. She's wrong, she's right. Oh my. And so finish. This class is amazing for me today. I like it. You are rock.
Thank you, Aline. You are a very, very gentle person and a dear one, okay? I like you very much and you know it. But actually, I used to be very nervous in front of people, and I have to block myself to speak because I commit a lot of mistakes. But the things got very serious for me. I went to psychologist and blah, 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 and I did many courses. So I decided I wouldn't care anymore about the others. And it wasn't with the English, it was about psychology. You know, when I started seeing the psychologist, things changed. And I'm very anxious in Portuguese also, in Spanish also, and I change words, I eat words, I commit mistakes, you know, a lot of mistakes, but I feel very comfortable with myself because I work on my insecurity. I was very insecure person. So when I turned it to be a more secure person with myself, things changed. Everything changed in my life. Even to speak in English in front of a lot of people, you know. And what I can say for everybody is deal with your self-esteem. This is one of the ways out to deal with the self-esteem, to look, to not never stop studying. Both things are really important. Deal with the self-esteem and never stop studying. That's why I'm trying all the time empowering, especially women, because men they were born empowered, you know. But women, I'm trying every single day of my life to empowering, and in these last days, I can see what an empowered woman can do. And nobody stop an empowered woman.
I adopt for my life, for my English speaking life, a motto. I'm going to speak this motto in Portuguese. Fale mal, fale errado, mas fale. This is something that I adopted since I was learning how to speak English, and I also teach my students to do this. Fale errado, fala mal, mas fale. The most important thing is not what you are telling, because somebody is going to correct what you say. Somebody is going to do something to understand what you mean. But they only will know what you mean if you speak. If you don't speak, how can a person know exactly what you want to say? So, fale mal, fale errado, mas fale. This is the motto I have for life, you know.
Wow, you were amazing, Ana Lucia, amazing.
So, concerning Harry Potter, anything that I think that's interesting is the difference between Hermione and Harry, because Hermione is very proud. She always, I know, is this, is that. And in Harry, there is a kind of humility, humildade,
Humbleness,
hum,
humbleness,
hum,
humbleness.
humbleness, a kind of humbleness. Uh, I think that is intelligence a little more instinctive, something like this, intuitive. And to Hermione is more proud. It's interesting that they are different. The difference is nice to children to see this difference between the other children. And so to me, the most interesting is to see that they ground along the films and the books. I don't know, the books I didn't read, but the movies, they begin children, and so they
Eu
grow
também
up,
gosto.
and so later they are teens, and my children grow with them. To me, it's very interesting that the things change a little, the vocabulary, the interscenes, and so see the actors grown up, to me, is very interesting.
This situation is so involving. You see them very children, then they are grow up just like a men and women dating. But I think in Hermione, she's in that period of life you have to prove yourself. So that's why she's so proud. And she's a girl between two boys. And the other side, you think, wow, Hermione, you get in love with Harry because they are both intelligent. No, she got in love with her honey. Why? Why? I always think why, but I think that's the point. I don't know the word even in Portuguese when you have to prove yourself. It's auto something.
Ball.
I can.
Ball. When you curve yourself.
No. When you have to prove yourself, you have to show everybody you are good.
I forgot in Portuguese.
I forgot in Portuguese even. autoaprovação, you know, something like that. And that's why she has chosen Ronnie, because Ronnie, he is just a humble boy, very, sometimes very stupid, very funny. And if she stays with him, she'll still be proud of herself. And if she stays with Harry, she will disappear at his side, you know?
But if you pay attention, they were in love with each other. Harry and
Yes.
Hermione, they were in love to each other. They didn't admit, but they were in love to each other. Yeah, many parts of the movies you could perceive these. They have a kind of affair. They have a kind of
I agree.
yeah, they like to stay with each other. They like to do with each other things with each other, and they were still jealous between among the friends, jealous because of the other people who were with them. They had a kind of love
Yes,
involved
yes.
in this friendship.
And
What
that's
you were
why,
saying, and what you were saying is autoconfiança.
yes, that's it.
It's in Portuguese, but in English, I really don't know.
Self-confidence, self-confidence.
Self,
That's it. She's trying to be self-confident. She's trying hard. And I think that's why she has chosen Ronnie. Because at his side, she can be more self-confident than Harris, you know? And I think this happens still in real life. When you think, why that woman, so intelligent, so smart, so blah, 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 is at the side of that man who is stupid, who is blah, 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 blah. Because she feels self-confident at his side. And the opposite happens. Why that man so intelligent, so beautiful, so it's with that woman. She doesn't do anything. We used to judge, yes, to judge. And that's it. That's it. You feel safe, you feel secure, confident in the side of that person. Girls, can you see the time? Uau! A nossa aula voou! Voou! Oh my God! Só para retomar, então, né? Não é obrigatório participar de todas as aulas, fiquem tranquilas se faltarem algumas, né? E o pessoal também que se inscreveu, alguns vêm em algumas, outros vêm em outras, não tem problema. O que eu ia dizer para vocês, que não é mentira? Ah, sim. Agora não tenho nada em geral para falar, mas eu vou pontuar daí com o pessoal no privado, ok? Any questions?
No questions.
No question.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. It was really good and it passed so fast. Okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
See you later. See you later.